with my BROWN, that's it.
If you told Jameis Winston in 2019, after becoming only the 6th player to ever throw for over 5,000 yards in a single season throughout the history of the NFL, that he would be entering his 5th consecutive season as a backup in 2024, he probably would have provided you an answer that would have sparked a viral moment. The former Heisman-winning national champion from Florida State entered the NFL as the #1 selection of the 2015 draft, becoming a day one starter for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Winston went on to start for the Bucs for 5 seasons, putting together a mix of highlights as well as lowlights, which has provided us with many unforgettable moments. Starting with the very first game of his career in Week 1, 2015, versus the Tennessee Titans. The first pass of his career was intercepted and returned for a touchdown, a feat which has only happened one other time in the history of the NFL. Fast forward to 2019, and Jameis is leading the NFL in passing with 5,109 yards and second in touchdowns with 33. The only problem was he threw 30 interceptions that season as well.
We all know. Come on. I guess we know what we got to fix. No reason for me to be specific. You look at my numbers, I'm balling. I got to stop giving the ball to the other team, right? Like, it's not a trick question.
Even back then, Jameis knew he had room for improvement and that the turnover issue needed to get under control. But I don't think he or anyone else expected there to be a half a decade gap between him being a starter.
No, I'm healthy enough to play. Yeah. Right. So, but that's it. But my role right now is to be the leader that I need to be, not the leader that I want to be. Right. So that's all I can do.
Some may argue if Jameis will ever get another shot at being the guy. But if there's one thing playing in his favor, it's that Jameis is still Jameis. Overly dedicated, carefree, and in love with football. Because it's going to take some thick skin, hard work, and passion to get back to being QB1. But what many have noticed recently from Jameis is that he's pouring into his teammates and looking to elevate everyone around him. This isn't anything new for those who have followed Jameis since his collegiate days. But more times than not, the casual fan knows only what the internet shows and places judgment on him from there, as he has had many viral moments, which don't always tell the full story. But they are very entertaining.
One of the best back tandems in the league, right? With Latavius and Alvin.
After I say one thing, I want everybody to look at me. I'm going to pass it to coin after I say one thing. Let's go. That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? Eat a W.
See, on paper, Jameis was brought to Cleveland to back up Deshaun Watson. But in reality, from what we have seen since he signed, he has brought way more to the table. Not only has he accepted the role of backup, which demands you to be ready and win the game if the opportunity ever arises, for whatever reason, but he has taken it upon himself to help elevate Watson's game and help him return to the player he was in Houston for the Texans. His big personality, which some teams may shy away from, has also been helpful for the Browns, as it takes the focus off of Deshaun, who is still attempting to repair his image. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never seen a backup quarterback get this much airtime from a franchise who has zero plans to make a move at the position. Just by having Jameis around, it creates some sort of attention force field, which protects the areas that were sore spots before. One of Jameis's former teammates, Demario Davis, had this to say about him.
Man, first of all, when we talk about Jameis is my favorite teammate of all time. And I have a lot of guys, played with a lot of guys that I absolutely love. Jameis is my favorite teammate of all time, unquestioned. I mean, what you see is what you get.
And if you still need more proof of the type of teammate Jameis is, let's not forget when he did what no quarterback has ever done in the history of football. By audibling during victory formation while winning 41-17. Yes, you heard that correctly. Jameis Winston changed the play while the Saints were on the Falcons' 1-yard line during the 4th quarter of a blowout. This was done to get running back Jamal Williams his one and only touchdown of the season. After the game, Jameis said it was a team decision, and everyone agreed and felt that Jamal deserved it, as he was having a difficult season. After this decision was made, chaos broke out. Arthur Smith went after Dennis Allen, who was quick to apologize and throw Jameis under the bus. But the number one sign of being a good teammate is that your team will ride for you and have your back when the respect is mutual and genuine. And Jameis' teammates did just that. So for as unorthodox and as crazy Jameis may seem, his heart is always in the right place. And by putting others first, working hard, and dedicating himself to the guys around him each and every day, he has won the respect through his actions. This is what makes Jameis Winston the ultimate teammate. Thank you.